Hey everybody, this is your girl Alicia. Yes, and we are talking about purpose all month long for the month of May. If you got to celebrate with a loved one, I know there was so many Mother's Day, excitement for last week. I just want to celebrate the moms because I forgot to say it last week, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, the mothers that want to be mothers, the ones that stand in proxy for someone else, or even are in a situation where you may be having a difficult time conceiving. And I just want to encourage you as well. I am a witness that He's done it for me. He can do it for you. And no matter what the situation is, you're still a mom, and you're still nurturing, and you're still caring. And there's also purpose outside of just being a mom. You are still a beautiful person, a beautiful soul that the Lord has brought into this place for this reason and this time. So make use of it. And my prayers are with you as well. So let's get started, you guys. So of course, we've been talking about purpose. And I want to talk about something that has been really heavy on my heart. The last few months, I have been really purpose driven, doing what God has asked me to do, not being distracted, being focused on it. And if you don't know, I have been in the process of planning a women's conference called Deliver Her Conference. It'll be here in Perry, Georgia at Presence Church. And right now, I'm going to do a shout out. Go ahead, do that shameless plug. If you're interested in sponsoring it, or being a partner with this, I would love to. If you look down below, I have the link there where you can be a sponsor. You can make just a donation if you want to, just to help us out. And it's just to really pay for the venue and for the pieces that we need to pay for it. You guys, I'm so excited. The Lord has really been blessing me in my obedience. And I just want to talk about being in a place of still uncertainty in your purpose. And we like to keep it real open, transparent, vulnerable, humble, all the things. I want you to know that you're not alone in the journey that you're in. But sometimes there's moments where you're still uncertain. Like right now, I'm in the midst of planning it, and I have all these moving pieces, and whether to with the select sponsors that we have, and who the guest speakers are going to be, and who to invite to be an active part of the panelist discussion that we're going to be having. And it's been a while since I've done this, preparing for something this major, in over 3 years, really 4 years now. And I'm nervous. I know that this is what God would have me to do, and I know that I'm honoring Him with my yes in this moment and in this season. But I'll be honest with you, I'm still nervous. I'm still scared. I'm still in a place where, God, can I do this? I would love to think, and you know me, I want to be upfront with you. I would love to think that God was like, hey, Alicia, I want you to put this conference together, or even the podcast. I really want you to do this. And I'm like, you know what, God? Yes, I believe in you. I trust you. You've asked me to do this, and I'm going to walk this out with you, because why? Your thoughts are higher than my thoughts. Your ways are greater than my ways. And quote the scriptures that would encourage me to just push forward. But I'll be honest with you, I'm still scared. I'm still scared to walk it out. And it's not that, will I fail? I was in a space where I was like, God, I don't want to do it, because I don't want to fail again. I don't want to fail again. I've done something like this before for you, and I got in there and it didn't look the way that I wanted it to look, and I was upset, and I was like, God, like, why would you allow me to do something and feel like I'm set up for the okie doke? And, he revealed to me that in that season, it's not, he was looking for my yes, he was looking for my obedience, and he could trust me with more. He could do more with me. He has been pruning me for quite some time, if I'm honest. And let's talk about that for a bit. Like, there's seasons of your life where it just feels like nothing's going right. Or you're feeling certain relationships change and people move. You might lose a job, or you can't find a job, and your prayer life, your consecration, your fasting season, it becomes really intense, and it almost feels really isolating. And like, I've talked about this before, where I felt like trigger warning, where I felt like it would be better if I just wasn't here, and I felt like nobody cared about me. And like I said last week, I heard the Lord tell me, he was like, you called everybody but me. And so I'm like, okay, God, you show me, reveal to me, what am I holding on to that should have fallen away? What is holding me back from being my best self? What habits do I have that's damaging to where I should be going? And it's things like that. When you start your healing journey, and you also start really sitting at Jesus's feet to just get a better understanding of what it is that you're doing. Now, if you're new to the faith, this conversation, you'd be like, nah, man, God is good. Jesus is great. And that is amazing. That is great for someone, how that burn for the Lord, like that pure desire to be in his presence. And there's seasons, especially in the beginning, where everything that God does is great. Everything, like, even like, God, you know what? I'm glad I got this parking space. And not to discredit that phase of your walk, but maybe there's some people who have been walking this walk for a while now. Now, I told y'all, my story is that I'm a wild preacher's kid. So there was a season where I was on, and I took a sabbatical for 7 years, and then I was slowly getting back on. And I remember how in the beginning of me reconnecting with my faith, reconnecting with my pursuit of God and a relationship with him, I got to a place where I was like, nothing bothered me. I was like, man, my God got me. And now it's almost 20 years now. Almost 20 years since I rededicated my life to the Lord. I can honestly say that, you know what, I'm not so sure all the time. And it's not that he's not faithful, I think that I'm realizing for myself, there was a portion of me that had, if you grew up in this age of where they would say, I had crazy faith, I had crazy faith. God can do anything, which is true. But I also believe that he started to strip away some of those old thoughts that I had about, like, name it and claim it. Like, if I work for it, it'll happen. Faith without works is dead, and like really focusing on the works part, because I'm thinking, okay, I believe you can do this for me, Lord, but I got to put in all this effort. And I've realized that it put me in compromising situations where I felt like I was in control. It put me in a place where after I lost control, I tried to gather me together. So now I'm in a space where I don't always trust the voice in my head. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was being peer pressured into purchasing a car. Really, that's what happened. No disrespect to car dealerships, car dealers, y'all doing y'all job. That's what y'all supposed to do. But I went there to find out some information about one thing, and to look at a vehicle, just to look. And I'm there, and we're test driving, we're having a good time. He's doing his thing. And in the midst of it, I hear the Lord tell me, why are you still sitting here? Why don't you go? And I'm like, I realized, I was like, man, I don't want to be rude. Like, it's him. This is his job. He's supposed to do this, and I'm a firm believer, let people do their job. Like, I know that your chicken is taking a long time, but be nice to them at Bojangles. Be nice to them at Burger King. Like, they have a hard day. They work in heat. Like be nice to people when they're at their job. That's where my mindset goes to in that moment. And it goes further and further and further and further. And I promise you guys, y'all be so amazed how far I went. Like, I signed all the paperwork. And after being there for hours, because y'all know it takes a really, really long time to get everything settled. And I think it is a tactic of theirs. Because it's like, there's no way it should take this long to do this. It shouldn't be. Like, ever. It should never be this long to do this. But anyway, I signed almost all the paperwork. And the only thing was needed was like some information, some personal information from me to seal the deal. When I left the car lot, I didn't leave with the car. I just dipped because my babies were crying. They were very fussy. My baby girl, she is in that phase of like needing a nap, but not needing a nap. So some days she doesn't need one. Well, that day she did. But the whole time I'm there all day, I'm just thinking I'm hanging out, trying out a car. I think I like this one. And really they call it objection handling in the sales world. That's what we call it. Like, if I said this was an excuse, oh no, don't worry about that. Let's do this and let's do that and blah, blah, blah. He knew if he would have got me in that car and made me drive it home, that's me driving it off the lot and it's paid and I bought it. But a little piece of me was like, no, we're not going to do that. And I know you're like, Alicia, how could you even do that? Like, why would you go to look at all the things? You guys, I want you to know, I walked away from that situation. I was crying. This happened last week, actually. And I was crying so bad. I was like, what is going on? I never get that persuaded before. That is to purchase a vehicle, and I felt the pressure and I felt the momentum, and it's like, go, 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 go. And I promise you guys, like, I called my husband and I told him a little bit of what I did, but when he got home, I told him the whole story. And I apologized to him, and I was like, I don't know what happened. Like, that wasn't my intentions, and I wasn't trying to be in that predicament, because I went in there to do two things that wasn't buying the car. And he looked at me and he just was like, babe, it's okay. Like, you made a mistake and it's going to be all right. And I think that night I didn't sleep at all. Like, I didn't sleep that first day at all. And I was worried. Do you know what the first thing I was worried about? Having to go back to the car dealership and tell them that I didn't want the vehicle. Now, I know it's a long story, but I promise you it serves a purpose. But I was in a position where I felt pressure to do something, and I feel like this is, it was the vehicle that I wanted to look at, and everything seemed like it was right. It's like, oh, okay, the price point's right, this is right, this is right, this is right. And it was like push, push, push. And then I get to the end and I tell myself no. And first thing I'm worried about is everybody else. Oh my gosh, when I go in there, they're going to think that I was a pushover. And then I got to walk in there. And then I got to walk into that pressure again. And they're going to try and talk me back into it. And I don't want to be talked back. I don't want to be in that stressful situation, because I would have had both my kids with me as well. And it's like, I don't want to go back in there. And I don't want to confront this person, because I didn't have it. Like, emotionally, I didn't have it. I was ate up, as we like to say down here in the South, emotionally. And I was beating myself up so bad. And I did call my friend and I told her what happened. And she gave me the choices, right? But there was something inside of me that was like so embarrassed, so ashamed. I said, look at you. You're doing it again. You're jumping ahead of God and not including him. And you went in to do two things, and this whole situation came about, and it's like I just was beating myself up so bad. I was like, God, I didn't learn my lesson. I didn't learn my lesson. The lesson of when I wanted that job to walk in and my boss is a narcissist, and it was like the worst 2 years of my life. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. And like, I think I dozed off for like 30 minutes. And I felt like the Lord visited me in my dreams. And he pretty much told me, he was like, just tell him no. And I was like, what? Tell him no? He was like, tell them no. You don't want it. And I was like, yeah, but I'm going to have to go up there and talk to them in the face. And he was like, no, just tell them no. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Because I want to understand what he's talking about. I woke up, eyes open. It's like, okay, let's get the kids to school. I was like, it's going to be all right today. And I go there. Oh, no, I'm dropping my husband off. That's what happened. I dropped my husband off. And I told him, I was like, hey, I woke up and God told me to just tell them, hey, I changed my mind about the vehicle. And I'm not going to purchase it. And then he was like, okay, are you going to go up there? I was like, no, I'm actually going to text them. And I did. The salesman got a little upset, you could tell. But that was it. Because I called and left a message. And I was like, I'm not bringing that additional information that you guys needed. Thank you for your time, but I won't be taking the vehicle. He texted me back. He was like, well, what is it exactly that's keeping you from purchasing this car today? Is there anything I can do? I was like, no. He's like, so what happened from the last time I saw you to now? I was like, I fell asleep. I went to sleep. And he didn't text back. He was upset. He was hoping he could change my mind later, and he texted me again. But it was more like my friend exposed to me. She was like, you just don't trust your judgment. I said all of that to say this. I didn't trust my judgment. And I was like, you're right. I don't. There was a season in my life where I felt like I could say it and the Lord would bless it. If I went out there and did the thing, God would just show up for me and he would just make it happen and it would be the right thing for me. But I promise you, that version of me is gone. And it's sad to think about it. But I'll be honest with you, I'm glad. It took the weight off of me feeling like I had to be a woman of my word for every single thing. Like, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to, like, don't get me wrong. There's some boundaries around it. But it's like, in this situation, things didn't feel right. Things didn't feel good. The situation wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And my mission was different than his mission. Like, he was doing his job. So I'm not mad at him. But when I think about it, I was like, this is how some of us get distracted by the enemy, right? We go into situations, we're like, okay, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do these two things. And then when I go in here, God, I heard you. You told me to check out this situation. So I'm going to go check it out. And then randomly you get that text from that boyfriend or girlfriend. And then you read it, but you leave it on red. But then you hear a phone call and they're like, okay, hey, you were on my mind and I was just thinking about you and I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to check in on you. I missed you a little bit. And then you end the call and then another text comes in. Oh man, thanks. thanks for talking to me. I didn't think you would pick up. And you message back. And slowly but surely, you're getting into a situation that you weren't planning on getting into. Going back to the toxic ex. Afraid to step out in faith and quitting your job when you're supposed to. Afraid to write the book. Because you don't want to shame anybody in your family. Because it's better to protect them while you still hurt. Yeah. I'm praying for this, God. I hear you. I want you to touch and agree with me, Lord. I believe that this is what you would have me to do. And all of these things may be true. But for some reason, we get distracted. We find things. The enemy sends things to just distract us. You know, the one thing that we can't get back is time. Like, a lot of times we think, oh, the devil's after my money, or he's after my peace, or he's after... Now, there's moments where that may be true, but I'll be honest with you, I feel like he's always after our time. That is the one thing that he has over us, because he's eternal. He's going to be here. Whether I'm here or I'm not, next generation after that, like, he's been here for a really long time. So if he can waste my time, get me distracted, he can move me and shift me and put me in places that I initially didn't want to be. Give me a situation or opportunity that really wasn't what I was praying for. Or rush a process, because if I rush the process, it's one less thing I gotta do. Yeah. I don't know who this is for. I know we've been talking about process as well. I feel like with process, it aligns with purpose. There's no way for you to really be who you're supposed to be, get what you're supposed to get, and you don't go through the process. And here is the Lord revealing to me that the root of my issue was people pleasing. Because as a preacher's kid, you're not supposed to tell somebody, no ma'am. And it's a southerner thing. I don't know if where you're from. My parents are both from the South. So that yes ma'am, no ma'am, being respectful. And as a child, even though I'm an adult, not having my own opinion, not feeling bold enough to tell somebody that I don't like something. Like, if they give it to you, just say you like it. And just tell them that, so it gets, get them out your way, and then you don't have to eat it later. And it's like, well, why can't I just tell them I don't like that? Why I gotta eat it? Why I gotta even pick that person up when I don't feel like doing it? Why I gotta give to somebody just because everybody else is doing it? It's like that conviction in doing what's best for me and what's best for everybody else. Like, he revealed to me in that moment how deeply rooted that was. And because of that, it's kept me from my purpose for so long. And I was like, oh, that hurts. That's why I felt so embarrassed. That's why I felt so ashamed of, I'm thinking I'm grown. I'm grown. And the Lord is so mighty, and he's so good, and he's so kind, and he's so patient, that even when I was sitting in that man's chair waiting, because he had me waiting, like, he'd walk away. And come to find out, he was selling a car to somebody else while he had me in his office. Yep. And I'm waiting because he asked me to wait. But I had this feeling inside of me that said, get up and go. Don't worry about him. It's fine. Don't let them do this. It's fine. Like, this is what's going on inside of me. But I'm like, God, I don't know. What if this is the moment where you are telling me where you're telling me that this, this might be my blessing, or what if this is, and the what ifs, and the what ifs, and the what ifs. And it's like, I once I said, God, should I come in here and buy this vehicle today? Because he would have told me no. Now, one thing I've gotten better at is when I ask a direct question and the answer that I get back, I follow through. But in this pressure cooker situation, I'm kind of off my game. I'm off tilted. I'm also distracted. It's noisy. I was unable to stay on task. So now it's a learning lesson. The reason why I get distracted is because I'm worried about what other people have to say. The reason why I haven't made it as far as I would like to have made it is because when I asked someone, hey, what do you think about this? And they told me what the idea was, I went out and when I told them the idea, they were like, I don't know if you should do that. And so I didn't do it. Oh, well, I want to go back to school for such and such. That could be you. You want to go back to school. You want to start your restaurant. You want to have a baby. You want to travel the world. Something as small as going on a cruise. Like, I heard somebody the other day tell me that I'm not going on a cruise ship because my grandmother didn't like being on the water, and so my mom didn't, and so now I don't. And I was like, man, that's 3 generations of not having an experience. And I told her, I said, what if your blessing is on that boat? What if the person you're supposed to be with is on that boat? What if the man of your dreams is supposed to be on that boat? And all because your grandmother, who probably had a really traumatic situation happen to her when it involves water, didn't happen to your mama, and it didn't happen to you, but you're bearing the weight of it. And she was like, oh my goodness, I didn't think about that. I was like, how? And I know we like to talk about traumas and how it impacts us in our daily walk, but it's like, what if you're carrying somebody else's trauma and it's keeping you from your purpose? Oh, my mama did a business and it didn't work out, so I don't want to do a business. It's like, but did God call you to start your hair care products? Well, yeah, because I have this and this. And it's like, what did your mama do? Oh, she was a shoe cobbler. I don't know. She whittled shoes. And I was like, well, her design's good? It's like, well, no, she really couldn't draw. She just kind of did it like a hobby, and, she really wasn't serious about it. I said, but are you serious about your hair care product? Yeah. So what's stopping you? I just know that my mom's business didn't work out. I was like, so that means you need to get around people who can encourage you, who can empower you, who will walk with you, who will mentor you in the things that you're trying to do. Your mama can't show you because she's never done it. And it's okay. It's nothing bad, nothing against your mom. But renew your mind. You have to do that. If this is what God has called you to do, and he wants you to go out, and he wants you to be, and it's not even about being famous. It's just doing his will. You don't know how many people are waiting on you to walk through the doors and just be who you're supposed to be in the room. Whether it's an architect, an engineer, a psalmist, a writer, a friend. Oh no, nobody likes her. Why does nobody like her? Why does nobody like him? He likes these types of things, and we don't do that around here. I like those kinds of things. No, you don't. You don't like those kinds of things. You know how people do? They'll talk you out of your next. They'll talk you out of it. Just because they don't understand it, and just because it's not for them. Can't sit with people who can't see above their glass ceiling. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mean they see, there's a glass ceiling, but they refuse to even just look up and dream of more. Because even if there's a glass ceiling and you hit it, right? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to reach out to somebody who's above you. Because you can still see the sky. You can still see the stars through glass. You can still see the heavens. You can see everything above. And you're like, man, I'm hitting this spot right here. But what's keeping me back? Well, is it something emotional? Is it something spiritual? Is it something physical? Is it something mental? Or is it my environment? Is it the people that I'm surrounded by? Like, I made an effort last year to make better connections than what I've been doing. And it's just because I've been in mom world and I've been in trying to get kids and all that kind of stuff to school and figuring that part out. But let me be honest with you. I realized that last year I was like, you know what? I need to be a little more intentional about the relationships that I have. And it's not my friend group is my friend group and I love them. Those people I can offer up my secrets to them. They are protectors of me. But even in the revelation of who they were and where they were in their life, I was like, man, I'm not growing apart. I'm growing in a different direction. And you can't help me with this phase. I need people who can help me with it. Like there's 3 of us in a group. Shout out Stan Braille. And my friend Tan. And we were just talking about what we add to the group. And one is the joy, the fun, the person that reminds us to be people. Because me and the other one we'll get busy, and we'll be working, and I'll be tasking, and I'll be creating. But then it's like I'll forget to nourish me, Alicia. And it's like, okay, this friend group is solid. I was like, but even in this friend group, I can't help my, as we like to call her, the corporate baddie, climb the ladder anymore. I ain't been in corporate and I don't know how long. Like, I've been stopped running that race. Like, I can't even do it. It's not in me. And then the other one, I'm not balling to the point where I can go on trips. Like, and both of their kids are a little bit older than mine. So even in parenting, I'm in a different phase than both of them. Their children are a little bit old. They're a bit older than mine. I have toddlers. They have kids. So even though they help me with them and things like that, I was like, oh gosh, I need some toddler friends. So me and a couple of my kids' classmates, like, I'm learning from them. And it's the same thing with this podcast. I'm learning from my mentor for that. Me running the media team at my church, I'm learning from my mentor for that. And now this next branch of ministry that I'm walking into with this conference, I can put a conference together, but it's like really managing it and giving people direction and building a team and putting things together. I promise you, this is new for me. So I've linked up with an event coordinator so that they can help me plan this in a way where it's like, okay, what did I miss? What should I do? Who do I need to do what? And I'm slowly building this team to put this together. So it's not all between my ears and then me physically trying to get everything done, because that's the other hard part. And it's like, God, before I can do all of these things, reveal in me those quiet places where I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I feel it. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't know if I can do it. Because I don't trust my voice sometimes. I do get swayed. I do get distracted. I do find things. I do get bored. Come on, that's a real thing too. Like, you You're there for the chase, you're after it, you're going for it, and then after you've done what you feel like you can do, they also say that that's a symptom of having ADHD. Like you're going for the adrenaline rush of learning something new and trying to master it and everything, and then you get to a certain point, you just become uninterested, and it's hard to stay engaged. It's hard to stay connected to whatever it is that you're doing, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. In certain areas, not all. And I promise you guys, all of this that I'm dealing with, or you may be dealing with it too, the process is messy. And it's supposed to be. Do you think Jesus wanted to, let's really be honest, to get to his purpose? Do you think he wanted to go through being called out in front of the clergy by his homie, who he's walked with, talked with, ate with, to being arrested, then having the same people that was chanting his name like Savior, Messiah, Jehovah, Jireh, and be like, nah, we don't want him, we want Barabbas. And then to be beaten, humiliated, and then have to walk this heavy burden that's not even his up and down streets. Because we like to think, I don't know why people make it seem like the street that they were on was just completely flat the whole way. He died on Calvary, which is a mountain. That means he's carrying something bleeding all the way up. Do you think he wanted to go through the process to get to his purpose? No. That's why he was praying so hard in the garden. That's why he was praying so hard. It's like, oh man, like, let this cup pass from me. Like, even he's saying it. If this is what I gotta go through, man, Lord, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me. But let your will be done. Now, Jesus was Jesus. But I'm just Alicia, and you're just you, right? Not trying to be perfect, but we're trying to be obedient. So sometimes when we do make the mistake, admitting, God, man, I didn't do that right. What am I supposed to do? Getting back to the program, getting back to what he would have you to do, which is just to ask him, talk to him, tell him. And like he told me, just tell him no. Yeah, that people pleaser, that person who's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, this. Tell them no. Hey, I won't have time for that. And no with a period. Like, it's such a beautiful thing. I've gotten a lot better with doing that. But if you're someone who is a people pleaser and you just are so consumed with other people are thinking about you, I promise you they're not thinking about you. As much energy that you give to thinking about them, they give maybe like not even a fraction of a thought about you, your life, what's going on, how you impact them. Like, don't get me wrong, there's moments where you be like, man, I can't deal with such and such over here. She getting on my nerves, and he over here doing this and blah, blah, and I can't believe it. Guess what they doing? Eating their dinner. Yep, they eating their dinner, having a good time, loving on their family. Because for them, that's not their experience. Their experience is that, oh, well, she was acting crazy, so I told her off today. Whatever. And then they just go on by their day, and you over there messed up. And I just continue to ask the Lord to reveal to me those deep-rooted things that need to come out, that need to be pruned, that need to be removed, that need to stop being a distraction for my purpose. So this is my encouragement for you today. while going through the process, don't hold on to the familiar if God is trying to remove it. Let him expose it. And don't let guilt and shame wrap it back onto you. Because the Lord has grace and mercy. He has forgiveness. See, some people don't know my God the way that I know God. Some people know him as fire and brimstone. Like he a big God, and he can tear some stuff up. I feel like he's the king of crash out. You know what I'm saying? Like when he didn't like something, everybody dying. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say this. Your purpose is not the end result. I know we make it like this big thing. Like we're all rushing to get to the purpose. God, what is my purpose? Let me get there. But the reality is that he's trying to spend time with you. Yeah, that's the purpose. And he's trying to use you in a way that helps others realize that he's trying to spend time with them. That's what this podcast is about. To encourage you to keep going deeper, to keep finding truth, keep asking questions. I know for some people, asking God why is like a sinful nature, but it's like he wants you to ask why. He says, test me. Well, I don't know a test that doesn't have questions on it. Can you, will you, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this whatever it is, lay it at his feet. And the process is messy. You've picked up some things that you shouldn't have picked up. You've made some choices that you shouldn't have made. There's some people in your life that shouldn't be there. And you got some habits that are not becoming. We know we like to talk about the mean lady at church, right? There's always that one lady that's mean and surly, and she's always an usher. I don't know why they give ushers a bad rap, because it's like, well, why is she on the ushers team, the usher ministry, guest service ministry? How is she on there if she's mean? Why did y'all let her be on there? Y'all should have told her no. Because, when it's guest services, you want to see a smiling face, somebody wants to give you a hug, want to shake your hand, and who don't mind you asking questions. But when you got a sister, I ain't gonna say no name. I won't put nobody out there. But they got sister so-and-so at the door, and you see people walking around her door because they don't want to be greeted by her, because when she look at you, she make it seem like, welcome in, God bless you. I just want y'all to know that this life that we live, is not limitless. Like there's a timestamp on every last one of us. So allow the Lord to renew you. Allow him to speak to you. And if you're like me and sometimes you struggle with trusting your judgment, invite God by asking him, God, should I buy this? God, should I go over here? God, should I partner with this person? God, should I do this, start this business? God, should I, and then if he gives you an answer immediately, let's say he gives you one immediately, guess what? You run with it. Or let's say he doesn't give it to you immediately. You say, God, for me to do what I'm trying to do, these are the things that I need. Let me know if these things are going to propel me forward. Because for some of you, it's to go back to school, but nobody in your family is gone. So in your mind, especially their mind, they're like, oh, you don't need to go back to school, but your purpose is wrapped up in it. Yeah, you might need to go to school. Yeah. You might want to be a politician. You might want to go and do that. We need your help. If anybody's been watching the news for the United States, we need your help. There's a lot of things going on around the globe. There's chaos. And it's meant to distract us. It's meant to make us feel unstable and feel irrational. And there are some people out there who feel like, oh, I made a bad choice. And this is what it looks like. This is what I'm sitting in. This is what I'm dealing with. And to be honest with you, God has grace and mercy for you as well. You're learning something new at this moment. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. You're learning something about yourself. And you're like, whew. Some of it is a tough pill to swallow. Some of it is you learning about your family members. Some of it is learning about your coworkers. Some of it is just learning about your environment in your area. And you're like, I can't believe that I've been this oblivious. I didn't know all this information. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that what my choice was going to impact this. And it's like, well, I don't want to make no more choices. Nah, you have to choose. You have to choose. But you have to ask him first. Ask the Lord, God, is this what you would have me to do? I know we get caught up in biases and we get caught up in, well, I was raised this way and I did this, and we're seeing every single day and we don't know what we're doing. I say that about parenting all the time. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no book. When they say there's a book, I'm not saying that those books are not educational, and I'm not going to say that they don't help you, because they do. Like a child's medical book, absolutely great. Absolutely great. I don't know how many times my kids did something or something popped up, and I completely freaked out because I was like, what is this? And I flipped the book open and it calmed me down. But there's some things in this life where you're gonna just have to deal with it. Like, you're gonna make mistakes. It's not gonna be perfect. When you see that you're making a mistake, like for us, I won't say we're gentle parenting. We're learning to gentle parent. If I'm really honest, I'm learning to, because that's not the household I grew up in or my husband. But we're learning to do that to the best of our ability. And right now, there's no real research on the best way of parenting kids, because some kids need different types of training and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know what I'm doing. One thing I will do is I will try my best not to make the same mistakes my parents did. And I am not above apologizing to them. Do you know I apologize to my 3-year-old when mommy loses her temper? Yeah, because I'm still human. I'm going to make a mistake, but I apologize to my 3-year-old because I want him to know that it's okay to say, oh man, I messed up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean. Mommy's not having a good day today. I will do better. And guess what he does? It's okay, mommy. You have a bad day? I say, yeah, mommy's having a bad day. And then when I talk to him, I'm like, and he's like having a full-on tantrum, I go, hey, Bubba, you having a bad day? And he's like, yeah, a bad day. Trying my best. So the same thing is for you. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. In your journey, in your process, in your walk with God. Remember, he wants to walk with you. That's the purpose. So for everybody who's listening, who is walking and talking and concerned about their purpose, like, God, what am I supposed to do? Remind them, Lord, that as long as they walk with you, they're walking in purpose. You will lead them and guide them exactly where they need to be, with who they need to be with whom they need to do things with, live, sleep, who to fight for, what not to fight for, when to walk away, when to forgive themselves. I pray that you bless them, not with just financial gain and things like that, because you do that as well. but finding peace in you, in this journey with you. Not that it's going to be perfect. Not that everything's going to go our way. Not that everything is going to be exactly how we imagined it. But knowing that we won't be alone. That you are actually with us. You hear us. Even when we don't feel it. You're still working and preparing things for us. You're providing us with comfort and joy, moments of peace, moments of praise. And you're fighting off bigger and badder things on our behalf. We just don't see it. We thank you for every closed door. We thank you for every open door. We thank you for every opportunity that you've given us to just love on you. Even when we've turned our backs, even when we've doubted you, even when we felt like you weren't there, even when we thought it was all on us. And we took our lives back into our own hands and tried to control things. We're thankful for you, Lord. Not only are you holy, you're righteous, and you're faithful. And we worship you on today. For the one that's listening in, do me a favor. After listening to this, I want you to write down in the comments, I will walk with God. That's it. That's your pledge. If somebody asks you, hey man, what's your purpose? You say, I will walk with God. That's my purpose. Every day. Just to walk with God. Every single day. Do that for me in the comments. If you could, share this with somebody who may be going through a difficult time and may feel uncertain for what's to come. I'm so blessed and honored to be able to do this podcast every Monday at 7 p.m. And I'm blessed to know that I'm not alone. To my followers on Podbean, thank you. Thank you for always listening in. I appreciate you. Do you know we're at 600 downloads as well? For somebody else, that's like, oh, that's small potatoes. For me, that's big. That's big. That lets me know I'm in the right track. That lets me know I'm walking with God in this moment. That confirms that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be ginormous. But even if it's just for the 18 people. Even if it's just for the 12 that listen. Even if it's just for the overall 100 people that listen every week. Because that's how many get our average in downloads. Even if it's just for them. God, I honor you and I praise you. I'm thankful for you. But remind yourself, I will walk with God. All week this week. All week this week. Y'all continue to be in prayer with me for my women's conference. I don't know what God's going to do, but I see where he's taking me. And I just want to open up the floor for people to experience him in a different way. It's a deliverance conference. We will be praying. We will be laying of hands. We will have speakers. We will have fun moments as well. Because we need joy. We need joy. Don't want to be super spiritual all the time because there's other parts of our bodies that need to be fed as well. So touch and agree with me. If you want to sponsor, I've told you I'm going to put the link at the bottom. And any donation helps. But just paying off the building, as I said before. I'm thankful for you. And as I always like to say, keep going and keep being wild for God. Love you guys.